we're good where we're at. So if you're watching this later and you're like, I only see my feet. Okay, so we're here for 30 minutes of yin. And if this is your first time doing a yin practice, what you'll notice is that there's a ton less movement comparatively from like a flow class or things like that. So as we settle into shapes, your job is to become very aware of that first wall of resistance. So you'll feel a little bit of resistance moving into a shape, and then you'll hang out there. Usually the recommendation is to go between 60 and 70% into a stretch. So if you know you can go farther, great. But maybe today back off a little bit. And what that allows your body to do is to relax into a shape and to get into some deeper tissues in a very sustainable way. So first we'll just breathe together. You'll take a breath in and take a breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Filling up and letting go. One more breath here. Okay. Start to bring a bend to your knees. You'll bring your feet right on top of your bolster. And then you can cross your right outer ankle on your left thigh. So ankle to knee shape here. And just a little bit with the right ankle to the left thigh, you'll press your right knee away from your body just a little bit. And notice, kind of check in with how it feels right there in that spot. Now, if it works for you to pull the right thigh or the left thigh into your chest, go ahead. You might slide your hands behind your left thigh or in front of your left shin to get a little bit more intense sensation, or you can stay just as you are. Knowing that whatever stretch you're moving into is sustainable for about 3 minutes. You'll take a breath in and a breath out. We allow the body to just relax in this shape. Let things settle. The breath usually is a really good way to determine the intensity of this shape for your body. So if the breath is smooth and steady, you've likely hit a spot that's a pretty good place. If you find yourself holding your breath or feeling tension kind of growing or building, then maybe you just back off a little. Okay, in the next couple of moments, you'll slowly start to release yourself from the shape. And as you do that, you might need a little movement. So as the feet come back down to the bolster, you might rock your knees side to side. You might want to get your legs straight. Whatever you do, check in and notice the difference one side to the next. Sometimes we come out of shapes feeling a little bit of that warm, tingly sensation. It's a good sign. And as you feel ready, feet return to the bolster. And now we have left outer ankle finding the right thigh. So of course, this side might feel quite different. So it's just a little bit of a push on the left thigh with your hand, opening the knee just a little. And then deciding where you're going to go with this shape on this side. Maybe you stay. If you bring the right thigh into the chest, see if you can meet that bind, right, with a little bit of ease. So the chest will be soft, the shoulders will be soft, back of the head, neck is soft to the mat. Checking in, noticing those spaces in the body that kind of accumulate tension sometimes. And it can be a little bit sneaky. Maybe you find yourself clenching your jaw. Maybe one toe is being very tense. Looking for those spots, softening those spots as you can. Taking a breath in and taking a breath out. And same thing here now in the next few moments. Releasing yourself from this shape. And deciding what comes next. Maybe knees bent, soles of the feet on the bolster. Maybe legs come long over the bolster. Then you'll use your feet to slide the bolster out of the way. Keeping the soles of your feet on the ground, grab one of your blocks and lift your hips up so that you can bring the block underneath your hips. And the block is on your sacrum, so it's that big bony plate, the low back, kind of under the waistband. Give yourself a second here to find the right spot. So we're neither really back bending nor curving the other way. This is kind of a way to bring the spine a little bit long. You might feel a little bit more space when the low back settles towards the ground here, just a little. And you'll take a breath in. And you'll take a breath out. Feel your body kind of like wax pouring over that block. Allow the weight of the body to rest there on the block so you do less. Now, in the next couple moments of this posture, there may be some other things that you like to do here. So I want to leave some space where you can play around with that. One idea would be to slide your legs long, maybe one leg at a time, checking in with a sensation in the front of the thigh and in the front of the hip. As you slide the legs long, you may encounter a little pinchiness in the low back. And if that's what happens, maybe just come out. You could also bring your knees to your chest, send your feet up into the air. You could hold your knees into your chest or even do a little happy baby where you bring your knees wide, reaching your arms up to grab the pinky toe sides of your feet, pointing your heels up towards the ceiling. But really, you don't have to pay a lot of attention to the details. Think about what would feel good here and do that thing for just the next couple of breaths. So in the next few breaths, we'll start to move out of this shape, returning the feet to the mat. Lifting the hips, sliding the block out from underneath, and very, very slowly releasing the hips back down. And then rock the legs side to side. All right, and then roll all the way over to your right side. So you've been laying on your right side with your knees bent to your chest, and extend your arms straight out in front of you. You might slide a block underneath your head for a little bit of support. It may stay there, it may not. And now you're laying on your right side, knees are bent in towards your chest. Arms reach out straight in front of you and the palms are pressed together. And slide your top palm just a little bit further out. Take a breath in and reach the left arm up towards the ceiling as you rotate the chest open, finding yourself in a twist here. So turning the chest up towards the ceiling, reaching that top arm behind you as much as it feels comfortable. And we're gonna hang out in a twist here. So I will bring around some props to support a little bit if you need it, but let the chest rotate open as much as it feels okay. How does that feel there? Good? Do you good? You know I'm always gonna get your arm there. So we'll hang out here for a few breaths. Let's see if we can soften this arm down a little bit. How does that feel? Yeah. Does that feel okay? Yeah. Good. You're welcome. And now over the next few minutes, you might start to feel a little softening, maybe a little deepening of this twist. And sometimes when I do this, I notice I stop breathing. And while this isn't that steady pace of a vinyasa practice, you are still moving air in and out. We'll start unraveling here. So to do that, Top arm reaches up and over, so you return to your side. Check in with yourself, check in how things feel. And then go ahead and return to your back. Spend a couple of breaths laying flat on your back. The body might call for a big long stretch or something else. And when you feel ready now, you roll to your left side. And then rolling to your left, arms still extend out straight in front of you, knees to your chest. If you had any props that you can't wiggle around, don't worry, I'm coming. I'll bring them around to the other side. And starting again with those hands long, take a breath in, slide the right fingers just a little further ahead, and then reach up and open the chest towards the sky as you're twisting open here. Take a breath in and a breath out. And close the hands again. So top arm reaching up and over, laying on the side for a breath or so. And then as you feel ready, rolling flat back on your back. So wiggling any props out of your way. Maybe taking that big good morning stretch, arms reaching overhead, maybe not. Okay. We're going to come into a shape called banana. So you'll be eventually in a long curve, but we're going to creep our way into it. To start with this, arms reach overhead. Now, one option is to grab opposite elbows. That feels a little pinchy to me, so just pay attention as we move into this. With your legs extended long, lift your shoulders and your head and slide them over to the right, and then plop them down. So arms are kind of framed up over your head, but as I mentioned, that doesn't work for my shoulders. So if I was doing this with you, I would maybe have my arms in a little bit more like a diamond shape or just splat them out. We're really just focusing on this curve of the right to the spine where the right side waist is shorter and the left side waist is longer. Both hips are on the mat. So you're just making this curve with the upper body. Now take a breath in there and take a breath out. Slide the right foot to the right. Slide the left foot to the right. If it feels okay, cross the left ankle over the right ankle. Now we have that full banana curve here. So again, checking in, is it okay with the shoulders? Do you need to open the elbows a little or even put a block underneath the left arm? I do that sometimes when I do this. It feels a little bit better for me. How's that? Is that better? Yeah. How's this going? That's back there if you want to rest your arms back like that, but you don't have to. Take a breath in and take a breath out. So we're breathing along this whole left side. Take a breath in and take a breath out. And then uncross the leg, slide the left leg to center, slide the right leg to center. Slide the spine back neutral, arms reach overhead. And then again, as you feel ready, we'll do the other side. So arms extend over, lifting up the head and the shoulders, gently sliding them to the left. Keeping the right shoulder blade and the right hip on the mat the whole time. Cinching up that left side waist, and then left leg slides to the left. Right leg slides to the left, maybe crosses over, maybe not. And breathing all along that right side of the body here. And we'll start to very gently, as you feel ready, sliding back to center. Take your time though. Legs uncrossed, legs come straight. And then check in. What do you need? Do you need to rock the leg side to side, or maybe get really wide, stretching open? And then setting up for your final resting shape here. So you can slide the bolster underneath your knees. You could do nothing at all different than what you're doing. Just flop yourself down. Or maybe returning to your side if the bolster as like a side body pillow feels all right also. Whatever it is. Whatever it is, moving to something restful. Take a breath in and a breath out. And let yourself rest. Thank you for sharing practice.